Good evening. We are gathered for the Meghalaya Diabetes Association Convocation Ceremony of some of the PHFI certificate courses. And we have today our governor as the chief guest and the executive director as the guest of honor. Already the delegates are seated inside. We're just waiting for the arrival of our governor chief guest.
Start today's program with felicitation of the dignitaries. Thank you. I would like to request Dr. Diabtes CVD Stroke, faculty, Shillong Center PHFI to give the welcome address.
Dr. Azman, Lawyer G, the guiding light of our state, Dr. Thapaji, Director of the Grapes, Deepak Dadaji, who's come all the way from PHFI, and his team, Dr. Bihu, Dr. Karnavji, senior colleagues, representatives from the government sector, the private healthcare sector, the Institute of Public Health, Shillong, and my colleagues from the defense forces, members of the press, my colleagues and friends. It's a proud privilege that I have to invite you to this warm evening, to an occasion which marks the successful culmination of a period of academic activity by doctors who have exercised their choice to study further, to gain more knowledge, and to sacrifice their time out of their busy schedule. These non-communicable diseases, particularly diabetes, now affects the middle class more than the rich urban class. the people in rural India are gradually, very rapidly falling victims to it.
I would like to request Dr. Sandeep Bhandara, PHFI Director, to the PHI and overview.
Very good evening to all of you. Respected Honorable Governor of Meghalaya, Director, Meetings, Dr. our own leader in Shillong, and our own faculty who has changed the scenario of dealing of chronic conditions, at least I can say in Meghalaya and nearby regions, Dr. Diabetes CVD. My senior colleagues from the government side, all the medical fraternity, those who are coming from the private sector, government sector, defense sector, media people, our colleagues from the Institute of Public Health, Shillong. This is a great moment of pride for Public Health Foundation of India today. The cardiologist has thought that there is a immense thing which we can do together to upgrade the stature of public health, and this PHFI has been started. Today, Public Health Foundation of India, we have 5 Indian Institute of Public Health under the umbrella of PHFI. And sir, we are very happy to share with you that in your own state, we have our Indian Institute of Public Health, Shillong, which is being headed by Professor Sandra Albert. The purpose of these institutions, which are based in Delhi, Hyderabad, Gandhinagar, Bhubaneswar and Shillong, the purpose is to upgrade the stature of public health and to work with the respective state governments to strengthen the health systems. 2010 in PHFI, we thought that there is a dire need to upgrade the stature of primary care physicians. Seeing the number of the specialists, if they are mostly based in tertiary care centers. But on the other hand, the public who is suffering from these chronic conditions are huge, and they are still going to the primary care physicians. And the way the scenario has changed in the treatment pattern, the guidelines have changed. When we did our MDAs, the pattern of diabetes and hypertension treatment was totally different. And now the huge change have happened. 2012, we were lucky to have this initiative in Shillong. And that was my journey with Shillong. I started in 2012 under leadership of leadership of Dr. Diabetes CVD. And you'll be surprised to know that today it's 2019. Journey has never stopped, and it is not only diabetes, CVD stroke, thyroid, gestational diabetes, hypertension, and there are many other things in the pipeline. And there is a poster which we have displayed there. If you can see that 250 doctors have already been trained since 2012 under the leadership of Dr. Sethi, and these doctors are none other than but the eminent people like all of you, having a vast experience, clinical experience, vast knowledge, but you still felt that there is a dire need to upgrade my stature in management of chronic conditions, and these courses you people have taken under his leadership. And the beauty of these courses are that it is not interfering with the practice of the doctors. You don't have to tell doctors to come 10 days or 4 days regularly, because nobody will come. It's a once in a month.
Thank you, sir. We will be presenting some mementos from PHFI to the dignitaries.
Small token of appreciation on behalf of Public Health Foundation of India. Thank you. Thanks to all your leadership.
I would request now Dr. A.C. Bhardwajan to give an update on.
Nothing else to add it more, because a lot of has been talked about the diabetes, so almost have got already suited. Nothing to add more. But how the MDA come up? Meghalaya Diabetes Association, that is the case. I have to say. So, with the days rising, the numbers of the diabetes cases and lack of diabetologists in our society motivated few of us to undergo this small short-term training in the diabetes. And later on, we realized that there is a need of screening the general public about the diabetes, prevalence of diabetes. So there was no such organization here. So we formed a Meghalaya Diabetes Association with a group of only 20 doctors in the 2016, precisely on the 12th of March. And after that 3 years journey, we have been doing screening tests at different places in the Meghalaya. Of course, it was more concentrated in the Khasi Hills. We have not entered in the Jayantia Hills and the Garo Hills, which we strive to enter. And for few main camps which we have organized, and that is one with the collaboration of BSF, the organization I belong to, at the BOP Doki and at the Nazarat Hospital, and regularly on 14th of November, that is on the Diabetes Day, we are doing at Gurdwara Sahib in Shillong. So we, personally me on the behalf of MDA, ask each and everyone to come forward, come with the proposal that here we want to organize a diabetes education camp, and we are there to help you out. Jai Hind, thank you.
I would now request Dr. D.M. Thapa, Director Against, to say a few words. Good evening, respected Honorable Governor of Meghalaya, Shri Tathagata Roy, Dr. Sandeep Bala from PHFI, my friend Dr. Diabtes Singh, MC Dr. Paul D. L. Dakar, other seniors and dignitaries in the of the dais, delegates and doctors who are going to get these certificates. I am really honored to be part of this convocation ceremony which is being held for these trained doctors by our Dr. Diabtes Sethi. I was asked to talk about something in relation to the diabetes. So I thought, because I am basically a dermatologist, how my role is there in relation to the diabetes. So I thought I will look into the issue of what is called insulin resistance. Why it is happening that insulin is not acting in the desired areas. One should also know that the insulin is required only for the glucose uptake, mainly in the liver and the muscles. There are two important organs which does not require the presence of insulin in the body. We have brain and our intestinal splanchnic circulation. So that is why we always say that when you are treating your patients of diabetes, hypoglycemia is more dangerous because brain has no mechanism, splanchnic circulation, no mechanism to compensate for it. Okay, so we have to be careful when we treat your patients. The concept of diabetes has changed, okay, and this has changed because we come to know that the patients also develop the insulin resistance. I also wanted this also to know about that there are severe insulin resistance syndromes. They have been categorized into 3 categories: A, B, and C. There, lipotrophy is there, but visceral fat is low. Then also you have insulin resistance. Thank you very much for giving me time and opportunity. And my job is just to sensitize you on insulin resistance and how it is affecting. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. We will be distributing the certificates now. So I request all the recipients to come forward and announce the names. Dr. Alka F. Marak. He's been awarded the certificate in CCMTD course. Dr. Archita, certificate in CCCS course.
This is our CVD and Stroke course, which is a 12 modular course.
Dr. Bhavetisha Pandana. She's been awarded the certificate in ACMDC and CCCS course. Dr. Benjamin R. Lakshman.
So some of the doctors have done 2 courses, 3 courses after completion of one, another course, second course, both. Yeah.
Dr. Dhanashwa Paslin. Dr. Dhanasha. Dr. Devraj Dhankarma. Certificate in ACMDC course, Dr. Duyan. Dr. 11 Land, Howling. Dr. Felix K. Majab. Dr. Haskin L. Shashna. Dr. Hunsigiri. Dr. Shiva Bhira Vajri. Dr. Jitendra Guru. Dr. Jennifer Shillong. Dr. Leela Mabanyam. Dr. Ravista. Dr. Mark. Dr. Vikram D. Sama. Dr. Paul S. Dekhar, Dr. Rafat Jahan, Dr. Reena C. Laddu,
Other than the PHFI,
Dr. Ridakar,
as well as Government of Meghalaya, donors, Department of Northeastern Region has provided us a grant, and we have run these courses through that also. And donor is going to provide our second phase also, and Dr. Krishna is the lead for that donor initiative.
Dr. Kinti Sharma, Dr. Rosa,
This is a during pregnancy the diabetes.
Dr. Sandra,
Course on gestational diabetes.
Dr. Surajit Debarma,
I think it's a different name.
You are certainly oh, that's right.
Dr. Wilson,
After this, we'll have the certification of the light member. We will be giving now.
we'll be giving life certificates for the life members. Dr. A.C. Bhattacharya, Dr. Surajit Debarma, Dr. D. Bhuyan, and Dr. Jitendra Guru. With this being the certificate distributing ceremony, I would request the Governor of Meghalaya, Sir, to say a few words.
Dr. D.M. Thapa, Director of Migrants, Dr. Daljit Singh Sethi, Dr. Paul Dekhar, Dr. Sandeep Balla, and the doctors and nurses among the audience, ladies and gentlemen. And considering the age that I have reached, visits to doctors become very frequent. So therefore, it is always a pleasure to visit doctors when I am not consulting them in their professional capacity. But even so, there is a proverb in Bengali which says something like, there are some things that you can't do without. Sitting over here next to Dr. Sethi, I took advantage of his position and I did a little bit of medical consultation. Without paying fees, of course. It's my pleasure. And I have a lot of doctors in my family. Some of you may know that I have spent part of my childhood in this town. So I know this town very well, and it's a great pleasure to see that the population of the doctors in this town has grown. In the olden days, they were precious few. In fact, my uncle was there at one point of time, and a few others. Now we have quite a number of them, and specialists in different disciplines, super specialists. That is a source of great satisfaction to people who are getting on in age. This is the diabetic capital of the world, so you need not worry. But I was a little surprised because I always had the impression that diabetes is a genetic disease. It's transmitted through the genes from earlier generations. And neither of my father, nor my mother, nor anyone in the upper generations had this disease, yet I have it. And I asked Dr. Sethi says it's part of your lifestyle. Lifestyle, pollution, a whole lot of things, I suppose. In any case, I was also told that diabetes is a very dangerous disease. It is called diabetes together with hypertension. It is called, they are called silent killers because they don't give you any warning. There are no exterior manifestations, but they go on working inside your body, and then they spoil your retina, they spoil your kidney, they spoil all your vital organs. So with the result that diabetes has become extremely important, and this is a very good process, what I understand. And what gives me particular pleasure is that some organizations have sent a number of doctors. I believe BSF has sent 5 doctors. That is quite a praiseworthy thing because BSF doctors work in some horribly out of the way places. And for them to get an opportunity to undergo this kind of continuing education shows a lot of forward thinking on the part of the organization. I am told that during the last 1 year, 4 courses have been conducted under the banner of the PHFI by Dr. Sethi, and I am delighted to know that many of you have successfully completed all the 4 courses. And some have completed 2 or 3 courses out of 4. In fact, the certificates that I distributed a little while back, quite a number of you were there who had received 2 certificates, 3 certificates, and to the benefit of the photographer, we had quite some difficulty holding all the certificates. But that is the sort of a difficulty that you welcome. I congratulate one and each of you for successfully completing this course. I am told that the Meghalaya Diabetes Association is doing a good job of extending diabetes screening services for the people who otherwise cannot reach up to or afford testing of the ailment. I wish more such camps and services be extended by the MDA to other parts of Meghalaya too, that is in the region of Tura, Rimoy and Jaintia Hills. There are places in Meghalaya which are very sparsely populated and in very out-of-the-way places with just barely road communication, and patients in such places, they have a lot of difficulty in taking care of themselves. I am sure that this kind of continuing education course, which equips doctors from all these places, will go a long way in alleviating their distress. I thank all of you and particularly the organizers for having invited me here. Kuble, Mechila, Dhanavad, thank you.
Thank you, sir. I will call upon Dr. Paul to give the word of thanks.
Sri Tathagata Roy, Honorable Governor of Meghalaya. I take this opportunity to thank you for sparing the valuable time to be with us this evening. In spite of your busy schedule, you have been able to distribute the certificates to all the successful doctors. I also thank Dr. P.M. Thapa, the Director of the Institute, who has kindly accepted our invitation to be the guest of honor of today, and for his words of wisdom on diabetes. Dr. Sandeep Bhala, who is the backbone of all these courses, has come all the way from Delhi, who is also the PHFI director. Thank you, sir, for being able to be with us this evening, and looking forward to seeing often you here in Shillong with more courses, and so that you will be able to take back the message to Delhi, so that we will be convinced to send more courses here for our doctors. Dr. B.S. Sethi, who is the driving force for the doctors, for the MDA, so that we may continue our work under his leadership. I thank also Dr. Debu Buin, who is the Secretary of the Northeastern Diabetes Society and also the advisor of MDA, for his continuous support to our members, for sponsoring them for various CMEs in the various places of Northeast. Thank you, sir. I thank also the different invitees of different institutions like the DSF, government and the private sector. I also thank the press for being able to be with us this evening to cover the session. The faculty who comes along with Dr. Bala from PHFI, both from the center and from Shillong. The doctors, without whom this ceremony would not happen. Thank you so much for your endurance of the past 1 year, for being able to complete these courses. And because of you, now the people in the rural area will benefit more with your work. And I would like to encourage you to join us in moving ahead with MDA and to continue in other courses that will be coming ahead. I thank the staff of National Hospital, of Hope Clinic and Highwinds for the support that they are giving on the background. The members of MDA who had worked entirely for the last 1 month or so to make this program a success, and also the different invitees which I may have missed out. I thank each one of you for making this program a success. Thank one and all.
With this, we come to the end of the program. So we will have a group photograph after the national anthem. I request everyone to please rise up for the national anthem.
Ucchala Jaladi Taranga
some light refreshments and dinner.
अभी हाथ क्या चल रहा है इसी चीज आपने शुरू करा हुआ है
We have just finished the convocation ceremony of Meghalaya Diabetes Association. Okay, with me are two beautiful and handsome doctors, and they're handsome in knowledge and beautiful in knowledge too. So we will just hear from them how they felt about this conference, about this convocation. Jitan, can you tell us, brief us about what are the courses that you have done and how do you feel doing this course? Has it helped you?
Actually, these courses are very well coordinated and well made, and it covers every aspect of what with be it diabetes or be it thyroid, be it hypertension. So it's been a pleasure to know, and especially Dr. Sethi, who is very splendid teacher, and he has taught very well. It has really helped me to look over the patients, and now I am very confident to see the patients.
So what are the certificates you received today?
Oh,
So many,
you
you look
received
so
so many
happy.
certificates today.
So that is basically on stroke, diabetes. So we also have Dr. Karjana. So she will highlight us about some things she learned, during the courses and today.
As for me, I have done both courses on diabetes and stroke. I do find the course very helpful, especially as we pass out years back, all the things have been changing. I find it very refreshing and up to date. So it really helps us in our day-to-day care, especially with people from the periphery. That's all I have to say.
Thank you. Basically, these courses have really helped us in focusing on prevention, about lifestyle. We also have our MDA president, you.
Yeah.
So he's our sir, professor, and main person behind all these courses. So we'd love to hear some words from sir.
Well, thank you for being with us. At this moment, when the Chief Minister of the States decides to walk and set an example for all the citizens, it is very important we realize the importance and the gravity of diabetes, which has taken two very senior leaders in the center and one extremely renowned, hard-working senior leader in the state. We realize that in spite of all the facilities that could be available, yet we are unable to defeat this disease, and so the only way out is prevention. We cannot have specialists in every subdivision, in even the district headquarters, and therefore the PHFI has come up with this plan, with this initiative to train the doctors who are already working in these stations. It is only wishful thinking that people from outside will come and serve our people in the villages. That is unlikely to happen. We need to empower our doctors who are there for donkey's years and who have this special touch with the people. That is the basis behind holding these programs. We have trained about 250 doctors over the last 5 years, and the government of Meghalaya is very kind under the Ministry of Donor to sanction another 2 courses for the doctors of the government of Meghalaya. This will go a long way in alleviating the sufferings of our people in rural India. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, and continue the good work, sir.